Oh, so here we are in Pencoed. You'll see we just come down Woodland Avenue. We're going to go across the woods by the rugby field, and we're heading off to the cave where Arthur's body was first buried. When he died, it was a very unstable time in his kingdom. A lot of dangers. There's internal dangers. There was other Welsh kings such as Maelgwyn, and of course foreign threats. So it was important to keep the burial completely secret, or keep the death of Arthur secret, until his son was old enough and had taken enough control to be able to protect the kingdom. So we'll go off now on our search and see if we can find a cave and see where the Illtyd, who lived as a hermit, put the coffin in its temporary resting place before it was moved on for the very famous funeral up on the hill.
Yes, once you parked up there at the bottom of Woodland Avenue, you'll come across, you'll see some rugby pitches there, quite big fields with a few pitches on them. In the distance you can see the hill, and that's what we're heading for. To get to it you have to go through a rather spooky tunnel, which you'll see in a moment. And when you get to the hill, go about halfway up it, and then turn left and follow around down that sort of same height. You don't go up or down the hill any further from there. Just follow it round, and the cave about 20 yards above you on the right. So there you see the entrance to the tunnel. It's a very recent tunnel. It's actually designed to go under the sort of dual carriageway that runs very close to it and fills the place with quite a lot of noise, really. But you see that, and it's quite an exciting tunnel to go through. So once you're through the tunnel, then you start heading up the hill. Once you're on the hill and you've turned left, it's probably only about 300-400 yards. It seems further due to the terrain.
Yeah, it's quite dramatic. Had some echoey atmosphere. Not just for the children. It's like a proper adventure. Just say, you can almost see down to the sea. We come down, there's the tree line. The cave's up there somewhere. So you have to come up there, climb round, follow the rim. And this is the view you would have had if it wasn't for the trees. Couple of our intrepid explorers there. Wonderful atmosphere up here. Apart from the cars in the background.
Yeah, so as you can see, the path starts off easy enough to spot, but as you'll discover, it gets more and more difficult as there's fallen trunks across it. It sort of disappears and peters out, and then just try and keep the same distance up the hill. Yeah, so if there is a big fallen log, nothing to do but go over it or under it, and if you have to go round it, try and come back down again.
We can hear a seagull, thank you. But of course, these woods, you can't see anything in the shape of it. It's a very steep, great hill, you know. This could be an ancient godseth or another hill fort or something.
You start to see the rock formation. That's we follow that. It just feels along.
So it's like sort of a line of almost cliffs then, large rocks.
It's solid, really solid, almost cliffs, isn't it? Almost like I've never seen stone like that. It's almost like,
Oh really?
It does look like something made on a film set.
It doesn't look natural, most of this, does it? Someone's made an effort, and the wood looks ancient now because I mean it's 1500 years ago, but it actually isn't really, is it?
A guy came before me and he couldn't find the cave. He got lost there.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, that's why this video's gonna be helpful, I think. Yeah, cheers, Rob. Did a good job. We've already lost a few of the group so far.
Yeah, we just
Oh, another one. There's still a couple of us left to report back. It's fall again for the camera, come on. So it's not easy, it's not easy. It's not like there's a big tourist board sign on a path, is there, you know? Oh, it is a scandal really, isn't it? You got these things just...
But in a way, it's kind of protected.
Well, it is protected in a way, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think it's only kids and stuff that have been up there. You might see the odd bottle outside.
Yeah.
But the general public...
Oh, go under, on. Go under. We're thwarted by a log. Oh, another one down. Oh, two scouts and the one's falling. It's great. All right, this is tougher than we thought. Now, for those, I'll try to give directions, almost impossible. I'll try and give a map reference. You've got to follow the contour of the path. So the path as you can hear. Path gets difficult, lots of fallen trees. And the clue, if you look up to your right as you walk along, you'll see the stones there, okay? That's forming the side of the cliff. And if you keep going, eventually, hopefully, the cliff will show where the cave is. It'll be on your right above you. So I'm guessing about 20 yards above the path. You can't really go above it, so it's hard to miss really. Just keep following this contour round. Right, so we climbed up and up. Well, mostly round rather than up. Last little slope. And there's the cave. So you see there's the cliffs I mentioned. You can see the people through the gap there. Oh, nice, just walk round. I'm trying to do this one-handed. One thing I would say, it's very slippery. If you've got shoes, a good grip, hiking shoes. It's muddy, there's not much grass on the path. Look at that. How? What an amazing sight. What an evocative cave. Dug into the side. Unfortunately, you've got tangled, thick woodland all around us. But back in the day, this would have had a view all the way down to the estuary, where you could have seen the body of Arthur coming in. And this is where St. Illtyd lived as a hermit for many, many years. Right, torches and exploring time. All right, do you want to hold the torch then?
Right, this bit is quite low.
Yeah, watch your heads, boys.
You come under this bit and then you sort of, you can stand up.
So someone digs this out and finds this camera. This is how many went in, all right? Oh, they got head torches. I told you they'd be all organised. Look at this. Very exciting. There's ogres in there as well, look. Like the boy says, like the Mines of Moria. And when we look at Tolkien, it's based on Welsh history, isn't it? And the names, the places.
Talking. Arwen, when she
yeah,
talks.
all the elven stuff and the language. Anyway.
Right.
Oh, watch your boat going here.
This is a great bit.
Oh, hang on.
I would have expected to be back in a lot deeper, see?
And look at the first impression, how cold it is in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd be refrigerating a body in here, even in the height of summer.
Yeah. You can see this has been checked out as well.
Yes.
As well, to a certain extent.
Is that the right in there?
This is some of the stalactite stuff. It's very hard to see, isn't it?
Oh no, it's just
It's so damp in here.
Yeah, there's a cobra in
Where's the hole for the coffin here? Is that... Okay, so here we go. So this is where it's been cut in.
cut in out of the granite.
And the solid granite is hard here as well, isn't it?
How did he cut the hole?
How did he cut the holes? Very
If
good
he was
question.
like a monk.
He must have had some help, I think. Mind you,
Wait, there's this cave and stuff.
how much warning he had. Wow, these are proper caves, aren't they? Just shine up a bit, guys.
Yep.
Oh, not quite so fast.
I think it's bats and rare spiders.
Oh, it's definitely bats and spiders. It's some very rare spiders. It's one of
Very
the-
rare spiders.
And back down again, please. Well, that's one of the reasons they spotted some of the writing on the walls, because they were filming the spiders. And then I think Wilson and Blackett or someone noticed that behind the spiders was some writing.
Here's a spider here.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you exactly where this writing is. Apparently it's above the grave site
Spider!
somewhere.
Above
And
Well, I
it's
think-
in the stalactites,
Okay.
so it
Oh, here we
could
go.
be-
There's some up
There's a
there.
red
Look. There's some.
spider.
I think the problem is it's behind the stalactites, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dad, look, there's a rare spider up there. Two of them. There's one over there. And there's a spider over there.
And if you want to know which one's which, by the way,
They're all huge. And they're sick.
tights come down and mites look up.
Something's crawling up the wall, black and hairy, very small.
So we remembered it.
Look, there's a cool spider.
Where?
Up there, look, on my
Yeah,
lights.
there
On
is.
square lights. There's
Very
one over
good.
there.
It's like a sandy brown colour.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness, here it is too. Wow, that's a proper cave, isn't it? No other sound that motorway.
Well, apparently you can get to the Coity Castle is about a mile or two away, and apparently it links up to this cave, and you can, like an escape route. Or,
So this would be the exit, effectively, wouldn't it?
exit,
Are they roofs? Are they?
or if you have to get out of the castle.
Or maybe smuggling some dodgy stuff up from the estuary, you never know.
Yeah, but like I say, I haven't got the guts to go past that point.
So we need some cavers, don't we?
So what
Need
about
some,
this?
need some
If you
cave.
got some professional cavers with all the kit and everything,
Yeah.
then they could come down here. That'd be just great if they wanted to do that sometime. We'd love to know more of where this should all be explored, you know. This is an important part of Welsh history, and it's just sitting here, unknown and neglected.
So old Arthur was laying in there for a few years,
Yeah, a few years he'd lain down in there, yes. Until his son came of age to fight off the various contenders, which is a mixed success on that front.
Looking over the corner. Is this
Amazing atmosphere, isn't
Is
it?
there some writing up there? Yeah, do you know, I think I believe that. Is there some writing up there, or is it just mine?
Okay, what have you spotted there, Zev?
You know, so
It's like a
this
fire
looks to me.
There's a fire cave there. It does look like fire marks, doesn't it?
This looks
And then there's
like to me. Look down
Yeah.
here. Okay,
Hang on.
a piece of rock.
Whoa, look out. Come back a bit now.
Yeah,
Some point there.
Coming from the
a piece of
outside.
rock there. You see where this sort of curves down
yeah.
over it? It almost looks like it's, you know, like you build a block building and then
Like it's been put in
put
sections.
a bit of plaster,
Strengthen it.
put a plaster over it to give it a nice finish.
Yes.
It almost looks.
Well, to me, that would make a lot more sense.
I
Just to
don't know.
carve something in a cave with perfect straight edges. I mean, I don't know how you'd even set about doing that.
You need modern machinery to do that.
You'd cut a hole first and you'd drop in some shaped
then it's-
stones,
Is
wouldn't you?
there a block of gold up there?
But then again, you look back,
They were clever guys, weren't they?
and yes, you see some stuff is totally symmetrical, isn't it? You know, even in hard stone.
Yes, but I mean, you can make
So-
blocks and everything, but I mean, to cut it in inside the floor,
Yeah.
well, maybe they could. But to my mind, if I was asked to do it, I'd dig a big hole first and then edge it with something. And you got to look for a trace end, see if it's been edged or not, isn't it?
What's going to be a gold-coloured stuff?
What is it called?
Oh, could be gold.
Is there like loads of gold-coloured stuff?
Spider poo.
Minerals, is it?
Is it where there's
Yeah, if anyone knows,
Or is it fool's gold?
I don't know much about stones, I'm afraid.
That's it.
Yeah. But
You won't go first,
do you think this has
would
been worked and chipped out a little bit? You know, the ceilings a little bit worked.
Yeah, I think it's been widened, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This definitely looks like a ledge. That doesn't. I mean, say any cavers out there can give us some more information. That'd be good. Very quiet in here. All that noisy motorway's pushed out. And it goes on right under there. Depends on how brave you want to be, then. Or if you're a caver, good place to go. All right, without the sound of sounding sacrilegious, we are actually in the grave now. The body was moved out. There was only a temporary grave, so it's just a hole, really. I don't feel as though we're... Anyway, there's no way around it. there's no... You have to climb into it. Down one side, climb back up the other side, then. So we're not very far into the cave. You can see the entrance there. How exciting. There's a bit of digging rubbish in here again. Well, one thing, we're not being recognised by any authorities. There's no massive, great big metal gate over the front. I was thinking of staying down here tonight, but no, it's pretty horrible actually. It's very damp. You wouldn't sleep in here, would you? Unless you were forced to, you could sleep outside. And have this as a shelter if you chucked it down or something. Right, so I think how far we should go into there now.
Oh well, I'd say I've only gone this far.
There's like
And
a
I
dead
haven't had the guts to
spider
go any
trapped in
further. But
Oh, you're a mountain guy, not an
it gets
underground
very,
guy.
very low.
Very quickly, okay.
Hey, Dad, there's like a
I'm not a caver.
See, I always think of Rob, you're more of an elf. You're wonderful at trees and hills.
Elf, yes.
An elf, you know, not the mines of Moria.
Not the mines of Moria.
Not the dwarven stuff. What have you found there, Anne?
There's like a spider, dead spider, and half his body's like in the rock.
Oh, wow, he's been
That's what it looks like.
turned into stone. What do you call it? Petrified.
Petrified. That's what it looks a bit like.
Nice.
Apparently the inscription, wherever it is, says this is the place of the beer of the highest ruler.
The beer?
The beer? I don't know what you mean by the beer.
Beer? Like guru?
Is that an old word for...
Oh, you mean the beer as in B-I-E-R, as in where the body was carried?
Yes.
Not, I'll have 2 pints, please, in
Yeah.
straight glasses. Not that beer, right.
But apparently that's what it says.
The beer, yeah, that makes more
Beer of the
sense.
highest-
I was gonna say, it's not a bad place to keep beer. It's a bit damp, but it was cool, isn't it?
Doesn't actually say his name.
It's funny here, it's earth. It's all earth.
It is earth. That's surprising, isn't it? I thought it had a stone edge to this.
No, this is earth, and this side.
That wouldn't be so hard to dig at all. It's very soft, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that side is rock, is it?
This is the rock.
It's frustrating, isn't it? You can't see any.
See, this is rock here. Watch my head a second. And that's hard. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have to come back with helmets and stuff if you want to go into the deeper recesses.
Yeah. I'll actually get some good lights and light the whole cave.
Yeah, we'll bring some proper lights and, like I say, helmets and things we need.
This one looks well. This torch looks well.
It's all moths, yeah.
He's doing some exciting exploring here. Right, let's take some pictures and the air quality is very poor as well, isn't it? Do you feel the oxygen's a bit low?
Yes.
This would be a very unhealthy place to live, wouldn't it, really? It's very damp and...
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking perhaps he would have spent most of his time near the entrance there.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You'd want to be by the entrance. You wouldn't want to sleep in here, would you, I don't think? Unless he was really chucking it down or something, you know?
Yeah.
If you put a little canopy shelter over the front or something like that, little tent. Alright, so we're just checking the bearing. So is that exactly north, yeah?
North there. So grounds east-west.
So as you can see, that cuts directly across the centre of the... That's all right, I'll turn round. That'll be easier. So east is there. This has been cut, as Wilson and Black has said, exactly east-west. So I think that would be the head, wouldn't it? It's the head pointing east, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rising sun and... Yeah. Wow. So I can imagine the cave would be a bit bigger, and this would be in the corner, but it's the whole width, isn't it? Because a lot of this is... see, that's pretty hard. But further down, there is some soil as well, isn't there? I think the soil is collected, though. I reckon if this was clean... Oh, I don't dare touch it.
That might have been a 6 foot deep grave, didn't it?
I think this is filled in with mud over time, and the actual walls. It'd be interesting to see if anyone came down here 20, 30 years ago. And I'll try and show it to Alan and Barham as well. That's why we take these films as well. You'll do historical comparisons. It's like the church, St. Peter's changed dramatically. See, that's solid.
Oh, something, yeah.
Hang on a second. Wait, there's someone behind you before you climb.
There's a P here.
Ah, he's found some writing.
And there's an F or something to the look of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, we'll come up and have a look now.
Doesn't it?
That's recent, yeah.
Yeah.
You said you saw some letters? Oh, the old...
Is that the right
Looks very slippery,
yeah, that's recent. Yeah.
Trouble is, it's gooey mudded. It's not even proper stalactites or stalagmites, this isn't really.
Yeah, it's just the water's flowing.
It's just a muddy sort of stuff, isn't it? Oh, it's amazing. Okay, I'm balancing a bit. Rob's accused to be careful.
Where the writing was.
Don't knock me over, Dad.
Yeah, don't knock me. I'm balancing on one foot.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a real domino effect. I'm going to climb down here. It's a bit slippery.
There's like gold behind
That's a
it.
P, isn't it? There.
That says Jamie, doesn't
Yeah, I think that's pretty recent.
That's P. James, look.
You'll be careful reading some of these.
Yeah.
P. James.
Alright, so we found the cave, been in there, it's very interesting. I'm just thinking, how do we get this word out there, just talking about it? People need to know more about this. So much of the history is just being neglected. It looks like the grave might have been damaged. It's hard to tell, so we'd like to hear if anyone was here a long time ago. Tell us if they looks different to what we've shown, what it used to be. And just thinking, get the word out there. We've got some more places to see. We've already been up to the battlefields. These guys are a bit fitter than me, so we've got quite a few miles, and hopefully they got some pictures of the bits I didn't get to. So until the next time, don't forget, we've got the history group for Britain's Hidden History. Look out for us, and we'll see you on the next one. Till then, edwch.